Hi Taurus, this is Nyonjo from Truth is Changed Tarot, and I'm here to do your April 2017 reading. So, I want to say thank you to all the people who liked, shared, and subscribed to my channel. Thank you very much. So, let's get started with your reading. So, your overall message for April 2017 is grief. So, I'm going to read you what that means. Alright. This card reminds us that what we reveal, we can heal. Give yourself time. You will love again. If you honor your pain, it will change your life. It will change your life. Is lingering grief preventing me from progress? Can I see in my heart? And the little phrase with it, it goes, grief is love without a place to go. And your clarifying cards are release and message. So those are really appropriate. So two of the things that I'm getting is it just really feels like you haven't given yourself time to mourn. Because you've internalized the messages that you need to just get over it. That you just need to move on. It happened X, Y, and Z months, years ago, and you just need to move on. But what that is preventing is preventing you from seeing exactly what cuts have been made. If you're not even looking at the wounds that happen, the emotional wounds that happen as a result of the experiences that you had in the past, the recent past, distant past, or whatever, you're not going to be able to even know what to heal in the first place. You don't even know what to move on from. So I think it's just really asking you during this month, it's really going to throw situations at you that is going to remind you, it's going to send messages to remind you that grief is important. Grief is normal. Grief is something that can't be rushed. It can't be rushed. And grief is something too. Grief and sadness is something that you're always coming back to. It's not something that is permanently removable from your life. So if you're trying to react to that way, if that was emotional, some sort of traumatic situation you had, whether it be loss of a loved one, a scare of some sort, a love relationship that went wrong, friendship that crashed and burned, whatever. It's really asking you to take your time to heal from it. And just explore what healing actually means for you in this context. Yeah. All right, so for the love part of the reading, you have, for the singles, you have 8 of Wands and the Tower in reverse. So some sort of communication is going to come in, and it might be a communication that you're used to getting. It's some sort of communication you're used to getting, because with the Tower in reverse here, it's basically saying that someone has contacted you, and you're just like, oh, this person again, or, well, I guess I should respond. It's just like there's some sort of situation where you've gotten used to having to take this sort of communication from this person. These sort of like messages from the person. Probably the same person. It could be the person who caused the initial grief that you experienced telling you you just need to get over it. Or people around you, or whatever. It's just repetitive is what I'm getting. When the Tower reverse is like, I think this particular context, you're just going to be fed up. And you knew that just taking this communication, taking these messages, taking these taking these messages, thoughts, is going to eventually crumble down and break you. Because with the Tower upright, it has to do with building things on a false foundation. With the reverse, it's like the false foundation, you knew. It's like you knew. Let's get more information though. Oh wow. So you're holding on to the information. Yeah, you were really holding on. Like you just kept doing it. Because with the Four of Pentacles, that's your energy, Taurus. It's just like this energy of being stuck on something. And as a fixed sign, Taurus, I'm a fixed sign too, Leo. We can just get stuck on some things. We can get fixated on a specific way of doing things and a specific ritual or patterns or whatever. You can just get stuck in it. But with the Two of Cups here, it's saying that is preventing you from having this deeper connection. And I feel like it's just like, either there's the person from the past, people from the past, that is kind of getting you stuck in this sort of mindset or mentality, and that's preventing you from feeling vulnerable. And what being vulnerable allows is this deeper connection. Let's get 2 more cards here, because I think, oh, yeah. You have the Three of Swords, or Three of Wands reversed, and the Three of Swords. It's just like you want this new, deeper connection to come in, but it feels like impossible. And that is making you feel really heartbroken. It's making you feel like the only thing that you can see is destruction, is no movement forward. So, yeah, instability with the Ten of Pentacles here. So just, it really feels like what needs to happen is allowing this. It's not even just a process of grief, it's a process of feeling emotions and just really being upset and really being angry and really feeling like things are unjustified is what I'm getting. Because this beautiful connection, this deeper connection to other people, whether it be future partners, best friends, family members, whatever, community members, it's possible, but it's just like all these other thoughts are coming into play that block you from being open to that connection or even thinking that it's possible. Yeah, that's pretty much it. All right, so the singles, or the couples, you have the Two of Wands, and then the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. What is this? Eight of Pentacles in reverse. So a decision needs to be made of whether or not you need to invest in a situation. Because with Eight of Pentacles, you have not invested it. You have not committed yet. Your partner is not committed yet. Your partners have not committed yet. The people you want deeper committed relationship with is not committed yet. But it's saying that it's important to make a decision. Yeah. So you have the Queen of Pentacles here in reverse, and then the Moon in reverse. It's like part of the reason why you are having a difficult time making a decision is that you're not really sure what you're comfortable with in the first place. This is your energy, Taurus, and you're not really sure what satisfies you. And with the Moon reverse, it's just like kind of emphasizing the need to find clarity. Let's actually clarify that one. Yeah, with the Moon, the Fool here. Probably the lack of clarity comes from the fear. And that's one of the cards that came up earlier with one of these like cards, but I pulled too many. But I'm just getting a sense of fearfulness. That's this fear of taking a risk, the fear of moving away from what you know. And also when this card is reversed, it reminds me of the new moon. So with the new moon energy, it talks about this needing to plant the seeds to a new situation for it to come into fruition. It's just the initial stages of manifestation, of trying to bring things into your life. But with the Queen in reverse, Queen of Pentacles in reverse, I mean, the Queen is someone who definitely, to me, is someone, the Queen is someone who is a gardener. It's someone who invests in the nurturance, is that a word? The nurturance, the support, the nutrition, I don't know, whatever that word is. That is really about investing in the earth and planting things, and but it's reverse. So you don't know what to plant, you don't know what to invest in, you don't know if this relationship is worthy to invest in, and it's easier to be in the I don't know, I'm confused, than the I know what I know, and I'm gonna move forward. Because I feel like you know. I feel like you have some clarity, but right now you're just like, I don't know, but you're like, but actually I do know, which is why I'm not actually investing in this. Or this is what your partners are doing. But at the end of the day, this full energy is saying, what needs to happen is to take the risk and just leap. Just see how it unfolds, see what happens. Once you face the barriers that are preventing you from feeling like, with the magician here, that you're in control. Feeling like you have the ability and the resources to move forward. Because you have the information, but you're pretending like you don't for some reason. You or your partner, someone's pretending. So, with the grief card and the release card, there is larger, I think I'm getting a sense of a larger like background noise, larger background experiences that are kind of preventing you. They're like literally a barrier for moving forward. Like you need to like release these messages of self-doubt, of self-judgment, of projection. Cool, it could be projection on other people. Maybe you're projecting that this person's not investing, but really it's you who's not investing because you're not sure if it's okay to want what you want. That's the message I'm getting. Whew. A lot of messages came through. I'm going to stop there and move on to the work, passion, and spirituality. Work, passion, and community. So you have the 10 of Wands in reverse, the 5 of Cups, and the 4 of Swords. This is the one that stood out for me. Like, you need to take a break. You need to slow down. You release these burdens, and you feel really unhappy about it. Like, maybe you're just like, you just ended the cycle, or you're just about to end a cycle of engaging with your projects, community, whatever. That you've decided to make a shift, and you're trying to make this shift. You're trying to move away from things in the way it is. And you're feeling really disappointed because you wanted things to be a certain way. You wanted the people to show up for you. You wanted this project to happen. You wanted all these things, but they're not happening. And you're just looking at all the bad shit that happened, as opposed to the fact that this not happening is a clearance for things to move forward. But I think what's going to allow you to understand this clearance is to be able to slow down and have this period of reflection. Just actually rest. Just take a break. You've been working hard. You just take a break. Like, I'm just like, oh my gosh, 10 of Wands, 10 of Swords in reverse. End of a cycle. Take a break. Slow down. Like, why are you trying to go so fast? Like, why are you trying to do all these things and have your fingers in different pies or whatever? Like, one pie is enough. Just eat that one pie. Just savor it. Enjoy it. Eat it up. And then you can move on to the next pie. But right now, you just need to be slowing down. Yeah, because then you're not able to actually enjoy everything that you're trying to partake in if you're just trying to split your pies, or I don't know what it is. I don't think I understand some phrases. If you're trying to like split yourself in different pieces, you're not going to be able to have the whole experience of being present in situations that fully make you feel energized and happy. Okay, let's go to the spirituality, higher purpose, and other messages, additional messages. So you have the Wheel of Fortune, the World, and the Moon. You have the Moon here. Just one, but still, it's the Moon card. So what you need to know is new cycles are trying to be ushered in. A new way of engaging with your emotions. A new way of engaging with situations around you. It's being ushered in. Things are being cycled out. And being okay with that is what your challenge is right now. Being okay with these shifts. Being okay with the shifts that are happening, because the universe is like, I told you to address this, and I'm going to take it away now, so bye. Like, this is basically what's happening. Because with the World card here, it's the end of a cycle. Something is ending. This is what I said. You have 2 10s here with your career, and then you have a 10. Yeah, that's where you have the 10 of Pentacles. You have the 10 of Wands, 10 of Swords, 10 of Pentacles, and what you don't have is the 10 of Cups. And what that means is that emotional fulfillment is what's gonna. I think this is part of your new moon in what was it? Aries reading was sort of the idea of, oh gosh, I just lost it. Dang it. Oh, whatever. I'll just go to the new moon reading on my Instagram, because I guess what I was trying to say is that there's a cycle ending, and there's a sense of emotional. Oh, this is what I was trying to say. There's the Ten of Cups has to do with having emotional fulfillment, and in order to really move forward, you're gonna have to incorporate all these the endings of, like, so the swords, overthinking things, the wands, overly taking responsibility, with the Ten of Pentacles being overly involved. All these things are ending, but what is missing is the emotional connection, the emotional basis to motivate you forward. And a lot of that has to do with, coming back to the grief card, allowing yourself to feel the feelings, to feel the emotions, to feel the pain of these new cycles moving forward. Like, this is part of the journey that is really required for you to move forward. Because with the moon card here, as your advice, and also as your outcome, kind of just however it makes sense in my mind, is this it's like this sense of softness. This sense of softness and the sense of moving forward without distractions, and allowing yourself to be undistracted. And then you come back to the Four of Swords here, and these two cards also do have to do with stability. But probably what's going to bring you stability is this, I think, this attunement with your emotions too, because the moon has to do with the signs of Pisces and Cancer. So those are water signs. Has to do with, this emotional fluidity of Pisces and this emotional kind of stability of Cancer. These elements are going to be required for you to find a sense of peace, find a sense of softness. Yeah. So your overall message, or your overall advice for April is, I love myself completely and unconditionally. That's just straightforward. It's just saying be gentle with yourself. I'm going to read a little bit of it. Let's see here. I'm just going to read all of it. So, self-love is daily. As we step off the roller coaster ride of trying to be something or someone that doesn't reflect our truth, we're learning to love and approve of where we are in this moment. You are worthy of complete and unconditional love. Call back all the love you owe to yourself. The only validation that matters is your own. No one can give this to you or take it from you except you. As the beauty of the lotus, or the universe, as the beauty of the lotus emerges from the mud, know that you can choose to make any challenge a stepping stone, guiding you to be the woman you're truly capable of becoming. Unlock the wisdom and welcome passion. Take time to initiate your daily self-love rituals and make them a natural part of your life. The remedy is within. All right, so that's the reading. If you like, if this resonates, if it makes sense, if it feels good, feels like just spot on or resonates, hit me up for a personal reading, and we can talk through anything that resonates, or any other issues, or guidance you need in your life. Just hit me up for a personal reading, and at my website, truthexchange.tumblr.com. And I have full moon and new moon readings that I do every month, and like I mentioned, on my Instagram at truthexchange and on my website. So I just want to say thanks for watching. Blessings.